feel very like 2010. So I'm growing my bangs out a little bit, and by a little bit I mean kind of like a lot, because I need them to be like to here, which is gonna take forever, I feel like. I need them to be there so I can do a different little like look with them that I want to do, that I've talked about previously. So don't mind my swoopy bangs. I think this is gonna be how I style them and wear them until they're kind of like grown out, and then we'll cross the bridge of reparting them back down the center and teaching them the correct way to bang again. So today's plan, nothing super exciting. We're getting back on our schedule, essentially. Keurig, shut the heck up. So my plan is back to packing during Luca's first nap, and then working on the entertainment center during Luca's nap. I packed so much the other day that I told you guys that I packed that we don't have any more large boxes. I thought I had ran out of large boxes like a while ago, remember? And I told you like we didn't have any more. Then I found some more literally right where they were supposed to be. But now we're officially out of them, and I'm pretty sure we're out of, so we only have one more very large Amazon box that we broke down, that like our ceiling fans came in for the new house. So that's my last box that I have that I can pack anything. So if I do pack anything today, it's only gonna be one box. I have a bunch of small diaper boxes, all of Luca's little diaper boxes that we get. I've been breaking down and then using them for more like breakable things. So I do have a handful of those, so I could go through the house and start doing like breakable stuff, which I may do that if I figure out, I don't even know what to put in the large box right now. So I may just focus on breakable stuff while he's taking his first nap. But when I go out and work on the entertainment center, my goal is to start using that liquid sandpaper. So my goal is to start using that liquid sandpaper today and see what it does. I want to test it on like an area that you're not going to be able to see on the cabinet and see what it even actually does. Because if it doesn't actually do anything to the finish that is on the cabinet now, I don't want to waste my time, because that's a huge cabinet to hand liquid sandpaper the whole thing. So I need to find an inconspicuous spot, try it out and see what happens, and then figure out if I want to go from there or if I want to possibly skip that step and clean it one more time and then just go ahead and prime it. My goal is to prime it this coming weekend, which we have a busy coming weekend, so maybe my goal might be just to get the primer this coming weekend. So I'll take you guys with me. This coming weekend, we have our final walkthrough on Friday, and then on Saturday evening, it's Kevin's stepbrother's surprise birthday party. Then Sunday is Luca's cake smash. And then Monday, which you guys, it's not the weekend, but I'll tell you now, Monday we have 2 doctor's appointments. We've got Luca's like 1 year follow-up with his neurologist. I wanted to say neurosurgeon, but we see her more often. It's the neurologist that we never see. So we have that, and then we have physical therapy also on Monday, because I had to reschedule physical therapy from this past week. I was like, don't we have a virtual physical therapy between then? We do. because I was sick and I didn't want her to come here and then her possibly get sick and then take it to like another child that is needing physical therapy. That sounds horrible. So anyhow, that's our plan and our outlook for this weekend. This week, Tuesday, I'm hanging out with Alicia and we have some very fun things planned. That's something I want to talk to you guys about in a little bit. We're going to talk about I love to say it, come to Jesus. A come to Jesus that I had while I was sick, an epiphany, and how I'm changing my lifestyle. And I hope that you guys are going to be interested in it and that you'll want to follow along, because I find it super interesting and it kind of goes along with moving and our new house and all of that. Some of the stuff I had already planned, some of the stuff I just kind of like looked into deeper and really like have put my heart and soul behind this idea. And Alicia and I are very excited about it. Go figure. So that's something that I'll talk to you guys about maybe during Luca's first nap or something, his second nap. I don't know. I'll figure sometime out today to talk to you about it. And then I'm not sure what we're doing for dinner. I need to look in the freezer. We were going to have leftovers because that Mongolian chicken made a decent amount, but then my dad came over and that ate up our leftovers. So I need to figure out something for dinner because we have no leftovers. And yeah, I've got chicken in the fridge. I'll probably just cook up some chicken and we'll do that. Figure something out. So that's my outlook for today. I'm gonna finish my coffee. I've got one more day of, is it one more day? Yeah, because today's the 6th. So tomorrow night will be my last amoxicillin pill that I have to take. And then I can stop that. My throat's back normal. My nausea still comes a little bit here and there, but it's not really like hindering me from eating anymore, which is good. But that was wild. And I feel like I'll never take for granted swallowing and it not being painful for a while. Done. You ate all your French toast. You ate all of your pears. Yeah, you're doing good. Yeah, I'm gonna put your, take that piece out. We're gonna put your pears in here. And we're going to steam them for 11 minutes. That way they're nice and soft. And now the pears will be ready for the next couple mornings for breakfast or whenever else you need pears. Look, here's one more piece of French toast you missed. Let's see. How's it going? We only have a few. You've got one piece of French toast in here and 2 more pieces of pears. But you, looks like you ate almost everything except your eggs. You're just not an egg kid, huh? That's okay. You don't have to be an egg kid. All right, so, sorry for the weird angle. I'm using you guys tabletop wise. So our pears just finished. I'm trying to figure out what I want to put them in. I think I'm going to put them in this little Rubbermaid container. Hopefully they all fit. Had to bring Luca with me because he decided he wanted to join. Oh yeah, I got it. All right, so we're gonna shake our pears over the sink for a second. Am I gonna be able to get them? Perfect. Our steamed pears, and then I always take a little bit of cinnamon, and I just make them cinnamon pears for him. Do a little shake on top, and then we just do a little mix. That way all the pears get coated. And then I'm gonna let this sit out on the counter for probably like 15 minutes because it just came out of the, that's hot. It just came out of the steamer, so I'm gonna let it sit so it can cool down, and then I'll just pop them in the fridge. And he's got a couple days worth of pears for the morning. That pear was about to go bad, so I wanted to go ahead and cook it off, and that way it wasn't going bad in the fridge. I wanted to talk to you guys about my plans. So my come to Jesus-ish moment that I had while I've been sick. I don't really remember where exactly it started, how I like got on the, you'll have to like be a little gentle with me because my brain just foggy lately, and I feel like it's, you know, ever since having a baby it's been foggy, but after the sickness it's been even worse foggy wise. I'm just gonna take a break packing because I don't freaking know right now. So anyhow, let me set you up and stop recording while I'm trying to figure it out. Okay. So, sustainability wise, I have like switched my gears. I was going to start looking more into like that Temu stuff that I wanted to do. And after I looked at the kitchen stuff, like I made a video unboxing the kitchen stuff, which I still haven't posted. And now I'm not sure if I'm going to post. It's not good. Like the quality of the stuff is not good. And I tested one thing, which was the like meat thermometer, and that was the only thing that I've used so far. But the other stuff almost looks scary to use on food, and at that point I'm wondering, like, is it even safe? So I'm pulling back from Temu. I've also been just like let down from Temu recently. A lot of the stuff that I've ordered for like Luca's birthday, which I'll still do that haul once we get closer to his party, has just been meh. Like, not great. But like, go figure, you know, for how cheap it is and all that. So anyhow, that's where I am on that. Now, I was doom scrolling Instagram while I was sick. Probably like in between his naps, or probably like during his naps or something. And I came across this girl who is down at our beach, like Jacksonville Beach. And she owns a eco sustainability store, and it like started to pique my interest. I've always wanted to do gardening once we move and kind of switch to more like eco-friendly and reusable, good for the planet, good for the environment. Alicia and I want to compost when we move. Just like, this is kind of like going to be brain word vomit. So hop on the train. I hope you can chug along with me, because my brain, the neuron, is it neurons? I don't know. They don't fire if they don't make sense. So as it's coming across, I'm vomiting it out. So I'm hoping that this is going to make sense. So anyhow, Alicia and I want to get into a bunch of stuff that's going to cut down on our grocery costs. So like growing our own veggies and stuff like that in my backyard once we move. We want to compost, which is going to help us do the gardening. I don't think that I'm going to get any animals as of right now. We're just going to focus more on the gardening aspect of like homesteading. Alicia and I want to dabble in the homesteading lifestyle off of my land. And this is going to be an exciting thing that I want to obviously vlog and document and show you guys how to do it. Kind of like homesteading for dummies, homesteading wannabes. We're still trying to figure out a name. If you can come up with something cute and punny, homesteading wise, that's like two girls in a homestead. I don't know. That sounds a little. that sounds a little wrong. So maybe not that. But anyhow, so we want to do homesteading. Back to the sustainability girl that's down on the beach. So I want to start swapping out things here at the house as we finish them up, because I don't want to waste anything. So by that I mean, like, once we get done with the paper towels we have, I would like to switch to Untowels, which is like a paper towel alternative. And it's more of like little tiny actual towels that you can use, and then you just wash them and then you re-roll them onto a paper towel holder. Better for the environment. You're not using as much paper, like waste and stuff. My K-cups, once I finish them up, I'm switching to a stainless steel K-cup, and we're going to get rid of using the plastic ones daily. So just little stuff like that. I want to make a list of everything that I want to eventually switch to, and that was weird. Luca's little camera just went like green for a second. So there's just like little things that I want to switch over to slowly. I want to come up with a plan for the gardening. I keep getting off track. Sustainability, the girl down at the beach. So we're going to go there tomorrow to her shop. She has a bunch of different stuff. So she's got like laundry detergents, she's got soaps, she's got face washes, she's got a whole list of things that you essentially go down there and you bring your own jar. So she also has a section of jars if you can't find a jar at your house, or you don't have a jar. Or you don't have a jar at your house, you can buy from her. They're really cheap. And then you pay by the ounce of what you need. And it's also like eco-friendly stuff. So like better laundry detergent than Tide. We use Tide right now, like the Tide Pods. And when we were using the Tide Pods on our towels, which we didn't think, we share towels, not share, that sounds gross. I wash them. I'm like, how do I make this make sense? Luca uses our adult towels when we bathe him at night. And I was using the Tide Pods to clean them. Now I was using little Clear and All pods to clean his clothes because he has sensitive skin. I couldn't figure out why his skin was still getting like rashy, and I think it was because we were using the Tide Pod towels that had been washed on Luca. So Luca has sensitive skin, we've come to find out. And I would like to start getting away from dyes. We don't allow, it's not that we don't allow, but we don't give Luca anything with dyes in it if we can help it. Because it's unnecessary. Like food dye is unnecessary. There's a bunch of stuff that's unnecessary. But I just want to start living a cleaner, healthier, more sustainable lifestyle. So that means I'm coming up with a list on my phone right now of everything that I want to thrift when we move. All the way from like sustainable pots and pans, which the ones that I'm looking into right now would be all stainless steel. My mom had found some really good stainless steel pots and pans for a very good price at Goodwill or maybe Salvation Army a couple years back. So I'm like, I know they're out there, and I'm just going to put it out into the world that I'm looking for these things, and I'm hoping that my Litter Robot 4 just completed a clean cycle. Okay, thank you for telling me. That's very random. So I'm just putting it out there and hoping that, once we move and I do start this thrifting adventure, that we're going to find that. So the other thing, I feel like I'm skipping things, so I'm going to add on to this as I think of things later down the road, but like I'm trying to give you guys a gist of like the gears that are turning in my head and what I want to switch to. So this girl down at the beach, she also has a thing where she does a swap and shop. So she allows people to bring, I think it's like up to 10 pieces of clothing. You can drop them off during a certain time at her store for free. She tracks it, and then she has a shop day set up. She pulls all of those clothes back out, lays them all out, hangs them, etc. And then those people who came and dropped the clothes off can come back and take the same amount of clothes that they brought to donate to this swap and shop. Now, the issue is with these is that typically it's a lot of girls my size. These things usually aren't very inclusive. I did not know about these. I never hit this side of TikTok back in September of last year when it started popping off. I didn't know about this until maybe like last week that this was a thing. Alicia was telling me about it, that she had seen it. A lot of the times you see TikToks of like friend groups who cook a dinner, they bring clothes to swap with each other, and they do it like that. But like I said, this girl down at the beach, she does it. She holds it at her store, but it doesn't seem very size inclusive. And Alicia is a larger girl, so Alicia wanted to do one of these, but was afraid that if she did it, she wouldn't have options to shop once she swapped. So Alicia and I have been planning a swap and shop for Jacksonville that is size inclusive. It's open for everybody, and we want to make sure that there's going to be a wide variety of sizes. So we are working on putting together this swap and shop where you bring your clothes to us, and we're going to sort through them size-wise. We found a place to hold it that is going to make sure that it stays free. That's the main thing. So it's like sustainable shopping, but you don't have to pay, which I love because I'm a cheap bitch, but I love new things. So, we're very hyped about it. We're very excited about it. So as Alicia and I plan that more, I'll give you more information, but that's something that we're planning. So we're just rolling with this. We have a bigger idea for the swap and shop, but we just want to do a couple at this one venue that we're going to use in the beginning, see how it works, see if we can build a little like sustainable community here in Jacksonville, and then eventually take that to the new city that I'm moving to. So I guess maybe I'm eventually going to have to say the new city that I'm moving to. I don't know. We'll see. I've been trying to not say the new city just because it's a much smaller, intimate, farmy city, and for safety reasons, Jacksonville's huge. I don't care if you guys know that I live in Jacksonville, but the city that we're moving to is much smaller, and just safety. So anyhow, that is our plan. I want to start baking more. I want to start making my own like coffee creamer. I've been curating my TikTok to sustainable and baking and gardening. So that has been fun. I found so many good recipes that I want to try out because I'm just seeing more and more about how things from the grocery store just have additives in it that are not needed, that are coming to find out that are poisonous. And it's not that I want to be on like a wellness journey. I just want to be clean. Like I want to have better health overall, but I also just want to be able to provide for my family. I want to lessen my grocery bill if I can garden, which you may be thinking, yeah, you're just going to like put money somewhere else, but we'll see. So this whole journey is going to have to be like me and Alicia figuring out how to build a garden. Kevin has offered to build Alicia and I a greenhouse in the backyard. So we're playing with that idea. We're going to have to figure out how to DIY this garden, how to set this garden up, how to germinate our seeds. So it's going to be a whole thing. I'm very excited about it. I'm very excited for the baking part. I want to bake my own bread. You know, I want to, maybe not sourdough right off the bat, maybe just like white sandwich bread for the time being. I may dabble in sourdough once I get established in the house, but like I'm very excited about this because I feel like it's just, I'm coming back to like where I want to be, if that makes sense. And I'm not sure if any of this makes sense, but I'm hoping it does. I'm hoping that when I'm editing this, I'm like, okay, yeah, Gabby, keep going. Like, you're making sense, because up here and how it comes out of my mouth, sometimes I feel like does not connect, and I don't do a good job of using my brain thoughts and making them into words. So, anyhow, so as of right now, my goals, Luca's stirring already. Oh no, I hope he's not about to wake up. As of right now, my goals are to get this damn house packed somehow. We're running out of boxes. Kevin's gonna have to give me some more boxes, like maybe tomorrow. So get the house packed, get the entertainment center done. We were talking about how we plan on moving, which is going to be interesting. At first, I thought that it would be easiest if I go to the new house, and as Kevin and whoever, I'm hoping we can find people to help us move, because my dad said that he would help us. I'm wondering if Ron will help if we ask him. Between my dad, Kevin, and Ron, I think they could knock out a decent amount of stuff. So I'm hoping that we can find a third person to help Kevin and my dad. But I was thinking, going to the new house, I can start unpacking as they're bringing me stuff. But Kevin was like, I think it's going to be easiest if you stay here and you delegate from here. And I was like, no matter where I am, I'm not going to be able to take the car ride back and forth with Luca. I feel like if we didn't have Luca, the moving aspect would be a little different, and I'd probably ride with them back and forth. But because I need to keep him on his nap schedule, keep him fed, all of that stuff, I'm going to need to be somewhere solid for the day. So I'm thinking it's going to be easiest for the first day of moving, at least, to maybe stay here. I'm hoping all the packing will be done by then and I won't have to be packing while they're moving stuff. And then we'll try to move as much as we can the first day. We'll try to move all the important stuff the first day. And then move the cats the last trip. Move like Luca's crib the last trip. We're just going to have to time everything so we start bright and early in the morning, basically when Luca wakes up, and then we're going to have to give ourselves leeway to finish, to have like bath time and bedtime for Luca at the new house. So I feel like that's going to be a pain to figure out the first day, but once we get like his crib and all of our necessities into the new house, then I think it's going to be easier moving wise. The cats, we need to get the cats to the new house. Then I think it's going to be easier to move the following days. So we're hoping to do it in a weekend. We're hoping to get all of the big stuff moved in a weekend, and then little stuff, Kevin and I can come back and do smaller trips using Kevin's trailer, stuff that we don't need help lifting, and then we can figure out how we're going to set up the house for the estate/garage sale. So it's getting down to crunch time,
And I'm starting to feel not the anxiety from it, but I'm starting to feel the uneasiness that I knew was going to happen once we got down to this point. So, anyhow, I need to walk around the house and see what else I can possibly pack. Um, I'm hoping Nico's playing with a toy. I opened up a cardboard box to put it together and there's a cockroach inside of it, so I had to kill that. And I'm just hoping that he didn't find another bug. So, anyhow, yeah, I need to go around on my phone, make a list of stuff that needs to be packed. I made a list prior, but it wasn't that great of a list, so I need to break it down a little bit more for myself, and that way I can start checking stuff off on an actual physical list. So, I'm going to do that and then maybe catch back up with you guys around lunch. Maybe catch back up with you guys around Luca's second nap, depending on how the rest of the day goes, and we'll talk then. Okay, so I just went through the house, like room by room, walked in, looked around, minus Luca's room because he's still sleeping. Also, hi, I came back before his second nap. And just like looked at what is left to pack. And my other thing is, I'm thinking that there are some pieces of furniture that I'm not sure exactly where I'm gonna put it yet, and I'm not sure exactly if I want to even bring it. But then I feel like if I don't see, the good thing about, like, we don't have a move out date from this house that we have to be out. So I can kind of like linger on and hold on to this as a storage place for a little bit while we're moving. But I am like looking at this little bookcase thing, cube thing that I have in my closet that I had my shoes on, but I hated how they were organized in there. I couldn't see anything. I never rotated my shoes out. I never changed the shoes that I was wearing because I couldn't see what I had. So I know I don't want to use it again for that, but I'm almost wondering, like, do I want to use it in Luca's room as like a toy organizer? I'm almost leaning towards yes. Or do I want to use the smaller one in my office as like a shipping organizer and use this one, this cube thing in Luca's room as his toy organizer and like lay it on its side? Like, I don't know. But I think I'm going to not worry about like taking them right away. They're more lightweight. Kevin and I can manage moving them by ourselves because I managed to put them together and then move them here inside the house before I met Kevin. So my plan is to move the stuff that I definitely know, like move the furniture that I definitely know I'm going to use. And then once I have that kind of like staged and set up, then look and see what else we have room for and where I would possibly put it. Like put the furniture that I'm not sure about, because I don't want to have to buy something later down the road if I already had it here and had it as an option to have brought over. I just don't want to junk up the new house like how I feel this one is. This one, I feel like it's overwhelming how much stuff I have shoved in it currently, and I'm trying to not do that to our new house, which is hard because I'm more of a maximalist and not a minimalist, but I'm trying to like make myself kind of fall more in the middle now. So that's my goal. That's what I'm going to try to do. I need to pack some more now that I have a list of like things that I need to go through and pack, but I also feel like he's going to wake up from his nap here soon. So I don't know exactly how much I'll get through packing wise, but I need to push through and keep going. Can't wait till I don't have to do this anymore. Just so heavy. I have to like Luca is in the back playing in his little play yard, and I decided that what's gonna make it easiest on me is if I go ahead and I cook up the chicken thighs. So I'll end up having my chicken thigh for lunch. There were 3 left, and then Kevin can have the other 2 with a side. I'm sure we have something in the fridge for dinner tonight, and then that gets those chicken thighs out of the fridge and cooked. And I have rice left over from last night, probably some just really basic seasonings, and then go ahead and cook those off. That way hopefully Luca and I can have dinner around the same, not dinner, lunch around the same time. I had Kevin pick me up a cucumber because if you've been around for a while, I started this meal. Let me spray this actually with some cooking spray. I started this like favorite meal that I do, and it's cucumber rice and chicken and ranch, and it is just the most delicious thing freaking ever. So anyhow, I have leftover rice from dinner last night, and I'm going to make that for myself for lunch. I'm probably gonna have just like a big lunch, and then I'll have a smaller dinner. So, all right, let's season these really quick. So I'm just gonna do garlic powder and onion powder and probably pepper. And then I'm just gonna spray the tops of the chicken with some Pam to like crisp the skin up. All right, so I need to look and see how long these need to cook for, and then we'll cook them off. Okay, so it says preheat your air fryer to 380, which is very specific like temperature, but whatever, we're doing it. So I'm doing that. It says then you're going to cook the chicken thighs for 12 minutes, skin side down. So I flipped them back over, so now their skin is pointing down. And then after that 12 minutes, then you flip it and you cook it for an additional 10 to 15 minutes until the internal temperature is 165. So that is my plan for those. So my chicken's almost done, and I now have 2 jars, I now have 2 jars of cucumber that I can put in the fridge. I'll eat these over the next few days, and then this is the cucumber that I left out for my lunch today. If I need to pull more from the jars, I can, but I'll probably chop this up just a little bit smaller. Luca is just playing. Chicken's got 3 minutes left on it, and then I'm going to meat thermometer it and make sure that it's actually done, and then we're gonna have lunch. Okay, so these are my chicken pulled out. They look freaking delicious. The bigger one still needs about 5 minutes, but at this house I can't run this and the microwave at the same time, so I'm heating up Lucas' food really quick, and then I'm gonna heat up my rice, and then I'm going to start that back up again. I cannot wait to be able to run more than one appliance. All right, Kevin's piece of chicken just got finished up. I'm having my lunch. Lucas having his lunch. This slaps so hard. I love this meal. It's like a comfort meal for me. And it's so simple. And I have been on a chicken thigh kick for, I don't know. I used to prefer breasts over thighs, and now all of a sudden I'm a thigh girl. It's just so much more tender and juicy. And yeah, I just prefer them. But anyhow, we're gonna keep eating.
We've got about an hour and 20 minutes before our next nap time. And then I'm gonna go work in the garage. So we just finished up lunch. Luca is biting my boob. Little pooper. Look at that crazy hair because he got some of his sauce in his hair. I didn't bring my tripod in here. You're going for nail clippers and scissors? Oh my God. My plan was to go out and to work in the garage during his second nap, doing some of the liquid sandpaper, which I still may do. I'm just slightly nervous. One, my stomach is not feeling great, and I Googled it, and apparently having an upset stomach is a side effect of the medicine that I'm on for, like, being on it for, not like this long, but today is my 6th day on it, and today is the worst that my stomach has been upset-wise, and apparently the amoxicillin, like, kills your good gut health, and I think that's what's happening. So it says that the upset stomach should kind of go away once I stop taking the medicine, and tomorrow is my last day. So hopefully it will go away, because right now I feel like everything I just ate came right back out. So as I was cleaning up after lunch, there's a knock at my front door. Now, sometimes if my mom is just out and about, she'll just swing by and she'll knock on the door. So me thinking, oh, maybe it's my mom because we're talking again, peek my head around the corner in the kitchen. There was a man on my front porch standing up against my door, like peering into the house. And it freaked me out. So I like ducked back into the kitchen really quick. And then I was like, what the heck? Maybe it's like someone dropping something off or something along the lines of that, hopefully. So I gave it a little bit of time. Lucas. Yeah. So I gave it a little bit of time, and then I went and I looked out my office window, and I mean, I didn't give it like enough time for him to completely vanish. I just gave him enough time to, like, I peeked around the wall again, and he wasn't at my front door anymore. He's trying to get off the couch, how I showed him. And then I went to go look out my office window to see if, like, it was not a telemarketer, but like a person walking around trying to sell stuff. And I didn't see anybody out there. So then I was like, okay, I'll give it like a little bit of time, let some time pass, and then I'll check the front porch, see if, like, sometimes people who are trying to sell stuff leave little flyers, or see if it was like a delivery person that was, like, I don't know, for some reason looking in my house. And I opened up the front door and there was nothing there. So I was like, I don't love that. So the liquid sandpaper, I read, has to have very good ventilation. So I would most definitely have to have my garage door up while I'm liquid sandpapering. And that makes me slightly nervous because I feel like I let him know that I was the only one here, that I was here by myself. I also look like a child. At least I think I do. He probably only saw, like, from here up, because I just, like, looked around the corner to see if I could see a car in the driveway, and then ended up seeing him, and I was, like, panicking. So anyhow, once it was like, it's quiet in our house too, because we were doing lunch, so I didn't have like any music or anything going. And then Lucas started like yell talking, and so I was like, oh great, now he also knows that I have a small baby here with me. So Luca's gonna go down for his nap here in about 30 minutes. Now, if my stomach can figure out what it is doing with itself, and I'm not running back and forth to the bathroom, I would like to go liquid sandpaper. I'm also just like overly cautious with being here at the house by myself, and I don't want to put myself in a situation where I'm like vulnerable. And I feel like if I'm working on the, like, it pisses me off. I feel like if I'm working on the
entertainment center, there's areas that like I'm tucked behind the entertainment center and that like I could be snuck up on and shit like that. So I don't know what I'm gonna do. We live on a very busy road, so, but I also don't think that that like stops anybody from doing anything. So I don't know. This is a fear of mine, is like being kidnapped or like targeted or something. And I just got those vibes from this guy. And I didn't see him good enough to like be able to say what he looks like, other than he had brown hair that was kind of like longer and was tall, because he could look in my top window of my front door. But yeah, now I'm just unsure how I'm gonna spend the rest of the afternoon. So honestly, I may, depending on how my stomach feels in about 30 minutes, I may just keep packing and see how far I can get with breakable stuff, like packing breakable stuff and packing little boxes, and just do that instead of going out today. I'm not sure, but that's my update. I feel like I'm about to be kidnapped. All right, so I just packed, oh God, it felt like more than that. I just packed 2 more small boxes, maybe 3. I'm actually unsure. But as I was like going through old jewelry and making like a bag for the garage sale that's just going to be like a everything in this bag, take it all for, I don't even know, something cheap, $1, I don't know. It was just a bunch of like costume jewelry and stuff that I don't want anymore, and I'm just trying to like move some stuff. So my, get my lid back on my drink. Luke is down for his second nap. He's been napping for about 45 minutes and he's starting to move around, but I'm hoping that he's not done napping, because I think he can nap for another 30-ish minutes and then it would be like considered a full nap. But my stomach has gotten a little bit better as of right now, and as you can tell, I did not go out in the garage. As I was thinking more and more about it, it freaked me out more, and so I was like, you know what, not today. So anyhow, I was thinking that tomorrow maybe I'm hanging out with Alicia and we're gonna try to venture out to the beach and everything and go to that store tomorrow in between Luca's first and second nap. And then I was thinking possibly when we come back here for Luca's second nap, maybe she can hang out with me in the garage and I can try out the liquid sandpaper and see what exactly it does, and if I need to then liquid sandpaper everything else. And that way I'll have someone out there with me. I got good news. My grandma is coming home from rehab Thursday, or no, Friday. She's coming home from rehab Friday, so that's exciting, because it means basically she's like graduated from rehab, so that's cool. And yeah, that's just what I've been up to. More packing and organizing for the garage sale. Luca is down for bed and I'm gonna edit this vlog, and then Alicia wants me to watch Love is Blind so we can chat about it, and I need something to just kind of like I almost said decompress and just veg out on. I'm always looking for like a new show if I'm not catching up on like my YouTube, but I'm not really watching much YouTube right now, so I think it's gonna be nice. So I'm gonna edit this and then watch that. And exciting day tomorrow for the refillery. Can't wait to take you guys there with us and show y'all around. It'll be our first time too, so it'll kind of be like a come with us and experience it with us together. Toodles.